So here is my sketchbook for advanced interior design project. I start with researching what design brief is, what to include. It's also the research for the brief. And my action plan, and actually what to concentrate on. Some project ecology for the ideas that I was considering of developing. Community space, museum of letting go, and digital detox resort. Started with researching what community space is and what community is, and working on my research question and defining what exactly I was designing. So I'm designing a community space to help people build stronger communities, adapt to new environments, learn new skills, and fight gender stereotypes. And here is more brainstorming on the project ecology, where construction, sustainability consideration, facilities, benefits, users, stakeholders. Same for Museum of Letting Go. Same for the digital detox. And then I moved to researching community spaces and analyzing them, what they include, what sort of facilities they have. For example, the community space in China, where they used existing concrete structure that was abandoned and they added the second floor as a timber structure. So buildings should be as open as possible inside, inclusive access, outside space, sitting around the exterior for people to socialize, get some rest, a lot of space for sitting, reading, communicated, using salvaged recycled materials. More research on the community spaces. This one is in India, this was in London. Here's the idea that I like. It was requested by the community to have some sitting outside to observe national holidays and celebrations, and they also are a part of the stairs. Here they use again timber structure for this community space, and the main idea was to create a space that can be repurposed, so it serves the sustainability. It would not have to be demolished and rebuilt again. So some analysis of what they did, and again spaces that they include within the community space. Another community space that was built around the windmill. Again, they use timber and they use different design solutions to make spaces multifunctional. So here is the research for a RSA pack in a collective imagination theme. More research of that, how to approach the brief of the RSA. They mention speculative design and narratives and storytelling, and this is a part of our actual brief. More on what design should include and communicate. Speculative design analysis and what actually I can include designing my project. Research questions, brainstorm and what to improve after discussing it with my teacher. I start the site survey and measuring. Here is my site, now some project, some volunteers that work there hard, some kind neighbors, mostly artists. There are a lot of artists in the area starting sketching. More research on the neighborhood, The Nyasan project is located at the end of the peninsula, so it's surrounded by the Red River, and mainly there are banana fields there, which serves the purpose. They were planted there to improve the quality of the land, to avoid erosion, because peninsula is surrounded by the river. Measuring the main building, which is a Nha Song. Nha Song is a traditional Vietnamese architecture, type of architecture. So that's why the name of the project is Nha Song project. Research on sustainable architecture, why, where, how, and when. And what to focus on designing sustainable buildings: the lifetime, comfort, well-being, environmental impact, and continued measuring. There are the toilets, some design ideas. More of the site survey. So this is the existing master plan. And some research on the sustainable principles for using sun and shading and trees for natural heating and natural ventilation. How to use plants, which areas should be open, which areas should be more private, and more of the master plan. So my main idea was to improve the circulation around the site. For now it is linear and I want it to be more circular. Also reducing all the obstacles for the access, such as steps, and creating just one path that anyone could access. Some ideas of what I could add to the existing master plan. And research on the community spaces. This one is in Vietnam. It has a very interesting layout that allows for the circulation, and they use natural materials. They use mud and bamboo mainly. More research on schools, and it's the same basically idea, designing a lot of open space that serves the purpose of communicating, and then to more private areas. More research, and again it's the same basically layout, where the center is located in the center of the building, and then there is a circulation around. In Ulaanbaatar it gets really cold, that's why they brought the outdoors indoors, which is a very interesting, I think, solution. Community center in Vietnam that was low cost. They used a lot of upcycled materials from previous projects. Again, natural ventilation, multifunctional open spaces. And here I found out about Dinh or Dinh Thanh community spaces that actually exist in Vietnam for centuries, and their original purpose was for people in the community to come and relax. Then they added a different purpose, which was worshipping and solving problems within community, social support, meetings. So some historical precedent I will explore later. This one is again a community space in Vietnam, Son Lam. They use pretty much the same idea of creating an amphitheater in the stairs area that will allow people to observe different events and celebrations, and again analysis of spaces that they include, such as kitchen, reading room, toilet, space for handcrafts, administration. center for displaced women in Bangladesh, which has the same, again, structure, from more private areas to public areas where they can socialize. More research. This community center is in Pakistan, built completely by the community, again using sustainable materials. And this one is in Bangladesh, and again they're using a lot of bamboo. Some earthquake-proof community centers in Japan, and basically the idea is again the same, that there is a community, the center, the heart of the community space where people can gather, and then there is the entrance area that can also serve as amphitheater for people to observe different events outside. Community space in Kanagawa, Japan. They use timber again, and again the space is multifunctional and adaptable. They use partitions to create different scenarios within the space. Some research on students' work on community centers, mostly for, I was interested in how they present their ideas. And here are some traditional community dinh houses in Vietnam. Some of them are abandoned, some of them are still functioning. This one is in Ho Chi Minh City. And just the research for the greenery, how to implement greenery in the building, how to